booties for black girl nerds.
Hi, guys. Good to be with you for this part of the season. Jordan, I'm going to start with you. Can Vivek balance righteousness and ratchetness? He seems to just fall short. He can't get that part together.
We've been talking about this a little bit today about this whole idea of balance, and that is so hard to do if that's what you're even trying to aim for. Vivek, really, if you look about, he hasn't been looking for balance. He wants the success portion and is putting other things down. Now, whether that's a good thing for his future, TBD, but I mean, I think he's been very successful at whatever he's gone for, and that has made him happy so far.
So far. We'll see. Trevor, for you, for Aaron, it's difficult enough finding your purpose at my age, but for him, he's refinding it at a very young age. Is that a beautiful thing for growth? Is that a scary thing for growth? What does that mean for him trying to stay true to the essence of who he is and his own balance with life and love?
I think it's a beautiful thing for growth. I mean, I don't think there's any right way to live life, right? But I think as you make mistakes and learn from them, that's all you can do is kind of take it a day at a time. But yes, I do feel like he found his purpose maybe a little earlier than most, which, like you said, I mean, it could be easy, it could be hard. I think it's easy because you kind of have the direction, but now it's like, the why and the how, it's like, so I don't know. I think it's a constant learning curve, but I think for the most part, it's positive.
And Diggy, for you, for Doug, young people are told to, go out and experience life. And now we have this complication of matters of the heart, especially in college when you're just supposed to live and be free. How is that affecting his balance and this theme of balance for the season?
Yeah, I guess it's a balance of having an interest, in someone and you're having a good time with them, but then it kind of, you have this overlap, right? Of like someone being your boy's, sister, and you're like, man, this is obviously a conflict of interest, right? And then I think on the other side, you have your girl who you spent so much time with, your ex-girl, you're seeing her, out doing her own thing. And so, I think that's also a balancing act as well, because you have school that you have to pay attention to as well, right? So yeah, I just think it's been focused from here on out for Doug, while he's trying to, of course, enjoy himself and, feel the romantic, I guess, void you'd call it, right? So that's been it for Doug.
Show of hands, since we have to wrap up. Who thinks that they could stay friends with a friend of theirs if they dated the same girl? Would you be able to stay friends? Show of hands. Men are so different about that than women. Real quick, Trevor, why do men have that mastered, I think, a little bit better than women?
Because when you say date, that's very, very, now it's, were you in love with this person? How long were you guys together? It could be, I could have been with someone 2 months, maybe a month, but it's like if I was with someone 3 years, I'm sure probably that would be a little different. 4 years, but dating, I mean, until it's that. I don't know. Why is it different, guys, you're saying?
Because we all single till we married.
We're just wired differently, guys. And
I don't think it's different, but I don't think it's different. It's individual based, all right? Because it's just something that you've gone through, whatever contextual relationship thing you've gone through, man, woman, whatever, you are still hooked in that person, and now your friend's into them. It's probably not the most ideal thing. If you're not into them anymore and your friend is into them, this is your friend. Go for it. Whatever. I'm over it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, guys. Yeah. I'm gonna call my home girls, and we're gonna have a discussion about this. All right, thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I appreciate, man. At 40, it's very different. All right, you guys have a great day. Thank you. Have a great rest of the season, and a pleasure as always. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Very excited to have this part of the season. I could be biased, but I feel like all of you've had the more difficult road or the more arduous tasks on this road to graduation, beginning with you, Yara. When you have dreams and aspirations, as women, they're always kind of challenged. They're still, as far as we've come with thinking, women are still thought told to put those kind of aspirations secondary to what people think women should be doing. Is this the is this path continuing to be hard for Zoey this season as they round around graduation, they make their way to graduation?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the first half of the season really tackled Zoey finding her voice, the story arc with her and her internship, and figuring out the importance of supporting other women of color that are disruptors in a space while also acknowledging her own work and standing up for herself was a big moment of growth. And then, like you're saying, I think she also has this storyline that's been underlying for the past 3, 4 years of how to disentangle herself from men's egos to be able to really be clear on what she wants and what her mission is. And so that is, I think, where we see Zoey, especially at the top of this season, post that big party, post big fight. And I feel like it's a beautiful moment. The fact that there are moments at the end of the season that really kind of rely on the girls getting back together and being our core unit, because I feel like it speaks to just every girl's mission on the show here was like, in the face of every single obstacle thrown our way, we've always had this core unit of women that believe that we could do it.
Did she freeze?
I think it's frozen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I thought she was really listening.
Okay.
I got a little frozen for a second and I was like, oh, what happened? My girls. Chloe, for you, for Jazz, again, another arduous road to graduation where she's trying to find balance and cope with things that are very important to her being taken away and just trying to find what that new normal is. Can she make herself whole after things that were taken from her? Can she make herself whole again in without some of those goal missions being outside of her reach?
Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry, it went out.
Oh, no, I'm no problem. With things that have been taken away from her with athletic opportunities, can she make herself whole as she approaches graduation? Is that wholeness within her reach at this point?
I think where you have to find that feeling, it's really inside and internal. And, I feel like she feels so broken because her sister, is apart from her. Then this relationship that she thought was her everything has been over and done. And it's like she is going through this place of depression and where she feels incredibly lost. And I think it's so relatable because we all have those moments in our life where we're like, what am I doing? What is my purpose? Am I on the right path? And, I'm just happy that I was able to portray that through Jazz. And it was almost very therapeutic in a way, because I think right before we shot this season, like maybe a year or 2 years before that, I was in that same exact place. So it's really cool to see like how I got out of that. And now we're about to see how Jazz will get out of that.
When you're a mother and just letting anyone get close to you, male, female, or otherwise, is it possible for her to step out of that guardedness that's kind of dictated by what her circumstances are heading into graduation?
Would you repeat the beginning because it cut out?
I'm sorry, ladies. I have the worst internet connection in here today.
Okay.
For Nomi, raising a baby it's difficult as a parent, a single parent, just a parent otherwise, to let people in and close to you, especially when you have someone dependent upon you. Is there room for her to let new people in? She has this core group of people who are good to her, that support her, but is it possible for her to let other people in?
Yeah, I think, as Luna's mother, her responsibility first and foremost is keeping her daughter safe and loved. And so whether or not she's going to decide to let Phil in, she's going to have to put her own ego aside and ask herself, is this something that's going to serve me, or rather is it going to serve Luna? And hopefully she'll choose what's right for Luna over herself in that instance.
For sure. They are giving me the hook, Francia. I didn't forget about you. They are giving me the hook, but it's a challenge when you have your personal beliefs versus real life experience. And I love how your character touches upon that during this half of the season. But I thank you, ladies. I'm sorry about the internet connection, and have a wonderful rest of your season.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Better shake your booties for black girl nerves. Better shake your booties for black girl nerves.